coming to their feet now because the pace truck is off. The main event at Stafford Springs, Connecticut is about to get underway. The Camping World SRX Series, season number 3.
A lot of wheel spin on the start. Look at that car in the bottom.
Whoa, Marco Andretti.
What a launch he had at the restart zone. And I believe you can do that in SRX. You don't have to wait to the start-finish line. I think it's when you get to that restart line, it's hammered down, and I think that was okay.
Here is Clint Boyer looking for second place, and he's got it. Denny Hamlin now crosses over inside of Paul Tracy, and Hamlin's going to get third. This is from Marco Andretti's car. Hello. That's Boyer, isn't it?
Boyer. He said, I kind of want the lead right now. I don't care how many laps there's to go. I think he knows maybe one of the fastest cars is right behind him in Denny Hamlin. We've seen the speed he had in the first heat. And I think Clint's like, I'm going to have to get out here and run. Here he goes again, right on him. He really drives in the corner, and Denny's able to drive in the corner too. It makes you wonder, is Marco Andretti just have the corners backed up? Maybe he's saving some tire. I don't know, but he definitely has a corner backed up. Here comes Denny Hamlin into turn 1 on the bottom of Clint.
All right, so Andretti gets a little bit of a gap on what is now a fight for second with Hamlin underneath Boyer. Hey, Marco, last year's SRX champion, and folks forget that he did it with a broken wrist.
That happened in the last race.
Yep, he broke his wrist in the main at Sharon Speedway in Pennsylvania in a crash. As we have telemetry on people, that's Denny Hamlin's heart rate right now as he races around in the 80-something degree heat here at Stafford.
Well, he's just starting off here. We're very early in the
spins,
race.
2 cars around, turn 4. And more are going to be stacked up in the jam-up. Oh boy, Schrader got caught up in it. Bobby Labonte, there's Harvick. And I believe that's Newman driving away. It is in that backup car, now orange colored for Newman. And that doesn't look good for Labonte as he limps away. Oh,
yeah, it looks like it already started there. Hard to say how it started. And you just see the stack of everybody on the brakes. Here it is from Bobby Labonte. So just get into each other ahead of him and stop. Oh. That's the old chain reaction there.
Well, Harvick got jacked up, literally, by another race car. He's gone to the pit lane. Bobby Labonte's on the pit lane with damage to his machine, and we're under caution. Again, pace truck is off. And it will be Andretti with Clint Boyer to his outside. Denny Hamlin, Paul Tracy in row 2, coming to the green.
Well, Marco knows that move. That's why you see him go all the way down to the apron to block that. He said, I know how this works.
Ooh, Tony Kanaan inside of Paul Tracy as Denny Hamlin muscles his way to the inside of Clint Boyer for second.
They had a good battle going right before that caution, Denny Hamlin and Clint Boyer. See Denny with a great launch off of turn 4. He's going to turn inside of Andretti.
Whoa. Now remember, there are no spotters like you might have an individual spotter for your car in a NASCAR or an IndyCar race. These guys have a radio connected to race control for safety, but they're on their own to look out the mirrors and figure out when somebody's inside or not.
And I just learned this, guys, and that explains a lot of the wrecks at this point, where there's no one driving them through the wrecks. There's nobody saying clear to get down. They don't have a great picture of their surroundings, and they're driving cars that they don't typically drive. So they're learning their surroundings without any help.
If you're new to SRX, these are purpose-built race cars. Series founder Ray Evernham designed these cars. They're not an offset oval track car. Like an oval track car is kind of biased to the left side because it's always turning left. These cars are a straight-on chassis that could be used for road racing, and they can be used on pavement or dirt, so they're a little hard to handle on these oval tracks when you're turning left all the time.
But the way these guys race, I'm telling you, they're all going to have a bad race at some point.
Boyer nudges his way to the inside of Andretti.
Andretti tried to sneak down right behind Clint. He's able to do it, but then he gets in the back of Clint there as they're sideways. He's going to send it down in there on him.
Fun.
This is great racing. This racetrack is just made for really any kind of car. But these SRX races are great on this racetrack.
This is for second place. Ooh, bump, bump. Hey, I see what you did there.
Yeah, it's kind of common courtesy. If you get moved out of the way, well, you go right back and you move that person right out of the way. That's just how it works.
Wow, look at Boyer. Try and sail it in there.
You see Clint, a very interesting style there. He's able to drive in hard, kind of let it float up in the center, and then drive it back down by the corner exit, get the run that he needs. And this isn't going to be an easy pass for either one of them right here. And there's a line of cars behind them just waiting to pounce.
Yep, that's what I was just going to say. Remember Tony Kanaan told us he thought he had a pretty good car in the heat race despite losing the hood? And we mentioned Tony Stewart off the pace and on pit road a little bit ago. Matt Yoakum's there.
The inaugural champ on pit lane here, chasing a fuel pressure problem on the 14. Not sure yet what the issue is, but that's what the early problem. Not sure what the answer is going to be.
I don't know specifically what the problem is, but I do know enough that you can't run the engine without fuel for very long.
Yeah, you see Clint, he's really able to keep the pressure on Denny right here. They really separated themselves from the rest of the field, but Clint's really keeping the pressure right here.
Yeah, watch behind this. New car in third place, Paul Tracy. Just got by Marco Andretti and picked up third position. So PT, who came off his first SRX podium finish here at Stafford a year ago, started on the pole, got shuffled back, and now has worked his way back up into a podium position. And now behind them, mixing it up again a little bit. Marco kind of getting shuffled back in that line. He's going to lose several spots here. Yeah, look at that group.
They're slicing and dicing back there. Haley Deegan drives in Harley. The nose just fall down into the corner. This is a great shot to see all the different lines that you can run. It's very technical racetrack. It doesn't take a very different line. Like a couple feet here is a really big deal, and how you use that transition. Where that solid white line is a banking transition. And when you pull it down on that, it may help your car turn and get you point, but it's going to hurt your drive off the corners. So it's very finicky. You got to be very precise on how you drive the car here at Stafford.
Trying to see a couple of these cars looking from the inside really have some serious brake glow going too. Paul Tracy just running wide up in the corner. Tony Kanaan trying to get by him, but look at the brakes on the front of Kanaan's car.
Yeah, that's a lot. Oh
wow.
My gosh, that's a lot of. And usually by now, like off the corner, they start to cool off. He is definitely on the brakes really, really hard. And what does that do? All that heat is transferred into the tire and hurts your grip.
All right, caution flag is out. Quick break. Back to Stafford for the restart.
On old tires are going to restart. There's weather in the area that always brings the intensity up. It's time to go.
Yeah, no time to waste at this point as we work past halfway in this event. 31 laps to go. It's Denny Hamlin leading. Clint Boyer is second. Paul Tracy's got two cars beating on his back bumper. That's Tracy in the lime green machine. Ryan Newman to his inside in that backup car.
Newman in the backup car is just kind of grinding through the field, getting a couple here or there when he can.
And he's up to third place. Ooh, who's that? Off into the grass. Kanaan.
Oh, save it. He got it.
Jared, you're all clear.
Bravo, TK. Yeah, getting off into the grass is not usually a good thing to do with hot tires, sticky.
There's nothing good about going in the grass with a race car. You don't want to do that. Through it. So now we're going to see the best cars. The cream is kind of rising to the top at this point. The best cars are showing up. We'll see what we got.
Here is Haley Deegan looking inside, and that's Marco Andretti. Red car is Deegan. Andretti, that number one machine on the outside. Trade a little paint there, back for 5th and 6th place.
Yeah, Andretti's just had a struggle tonight. He's really had a hard time. He's had good track positions to start the race, but he's had a hard time maintaining it, especially as the race goes. It seems like his car is just not turning and getting tighter as the race goes on.
What happened to put Tony Kanaan in the grass? That's TK in the Purdue machine right there.
Nope. It was 2 cars going for the same piece of real estate, and he kind of got shuffled out of it.
So Newman in the orange car is to second place.
And if you're Denny Hamlin, you better run. Ryan Newman's came all the way from the rear. He is coming.
If you're Denny Hamlin, are you hoping for rain?
Well, not yet. This is still fun. There's only 24 laps to go. We'll see what Newman's got left in the tank. Denny's going to have his hands full here in a couple laps with Ryan Newman.
Ooh. You caught a glimpse of the sky in the backdrop of that shot.
And don't you, the drivers see that. You see that every now and again. You go into one if there's something like that.
And there is the caution flag.
And when you see a storm brewing like that, you know you better go, or you may be too late.
What we're seeing live is the white flag being waved. The caution was for the weather. You saw those lightning flashes in the backdrop of the shots as they were trying to finish this race, and the checkered flag will wave next time by. And of course, the fans already being given the word here in the stands to head for their cars and clear the grandstands with this weather closing in quickly.
Yeah, they had to do this. The storm is coming in. You wouldn't believe the amount of wind right now going on around the track. It's a big storm. They have to do something. Unfortunately, we didn't get to see the race of Ryan Newman and Denny Hamlin right there at the end as it was closing up. But, man, we got to see some great racing tonight.
Twice a driver has won the main in their SRX debut. Make it 3 times now as the checkered flags are waved over Denny Hamlin, winner of the Camping World SRX Series, race number 1 of 2023. It's Hamlin, the winner.
Let's dial him up. Denny Hamlin, Joey Logano up here in the booth. You got us?
I got you.
Hey, congratulations. It looked like a good, nice and easy race for you, but it was Ryan Newman was on his way, and the storm that was brewing obviously kept us from seeing that. But what a great race. We saw you during the in between the races. You were talking about your toe being off, but it seems like you were all right. How was your first experience here?
Yeah, it was a bunch of fun. Just thank Don Hawk and Finish Stewart and all those guys for letting me come here and run. And obviously got to thank FedEx and Camping World. Knowing that we're in the same cars as everybody else, being able to go out here and short track race, no spotters or anything, and obviously makes it a lot of fun. There's a lot of pressure on us. And I didn't see Newman coming.
I don't think we heard anything you just said, but congratulations. Have fun.
I heard some.
Have fun celebrating.
He said, thank Tony for letting me come and race. Thank the sponsors. Said he knew Newman was coming, but it ended the way it did. There is the scene as Denny Hamlin climbs from his car in what will no doubt be an abbreviated victory lane.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
celebrating a win tonight here at Stafford to get the photos quickly taken as the grandstands quickly empty. Oh, and it's already started. Here comes the weather just now. Here are our final results from our abbreviated main event tonight.
And what a good race we saw there. A lot of drivers that kind of went through some adversity throughout the night were able to overall come with a good finish. Look at Ryan Newman, probably the best example of that, with a wreck in the first heat, win the second heat, get a backup car, and finish second.